Check, check. Can you hear me? Check, check.
Check, check. Can you hear me?
Sweet.
Check, check.
What's going on, everybody? If you're here, what up? Just give me a few minutes here real quick. Signals are killing it this week. We're kicking ass on the signals because we're sexy as hell. Best signal group out there, bar none. Because we're sexy as hell. That's the bottom line. We're sexy as hell. What's going on, guys? Nothing. Just in trades right now. You can see I'm in trades right now because we don't hide. Let's see why. So you can see both screens. We're gonna downsize. My computer screen is one of those curved screens, son of a bitches. So you can't see everything. So we're gonna move this stuff over a little bit so you can see all three of my charts, because the three charts I have up right here are gold. What is it? Gold, oil, and US 30. He said, I just joined the group and I'm not mad at all. I'm glad you shouldn't be mad at all. It's been pretty sexy so far. Just a second, I'm gonna do one thing real quick too, and then we'll be off and running. Oh. Excuse me. Just gonna make a message real quick in there. Alright, we should be good to go. Let me get my epic pen out. And we'll chat. We'll chat a little bit, right? Okay, so you can kind of see it. I gotta move this over just a little bit more. Probably like that, and then I'm gonna get the epic pen out. Son of a gun, we'll start doing some stuff. Because these markets have been crazy, right? These markets have been batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. Where's my epic pen? There it is. Okay. Well, we're going to start on the US 30 first. That candle that just closed, what was it, 11 minutes ago, had the buy pattern. I don't like it as much because it's way up high, but that is the buy pattern, right? Well, I have sells on the US 30, then I have a buy on it right now because that is the buy pattern. That tail is longer than the body of the candle with no wick at the top. I don't like doing this because it's pretty high already, right? But that is the buy candle. So it's a no emotions trading, right? When I get the pattern I'm looking for, I take the trade, right? No emotions, no nothing. It's a buy right now, but as you can see on this, I have sells on it as well, but I have a buy right now. And if I get stopped on my buy, that's fine. But overall, I'm bearish, right? I want to be selling overall. But I have the buy candle on the US 30, I'm going to take a buy because that's what the pattern says to do, right? And you can see that circle. You can see that tail is longer than the body of the candle. If that tail is longer than the body of the candle, that's a buy signal. Despite what my bias is, that's a buy signal, right? You see that? That candle that just closed on the 1 hour ago. I mean, excuse me, 12 minutes ago is a buy candle, right? Does that make sense to everybody? No matter what my bias is. So a buy candle, like we've talked about before, is a 1 hour candle close with a tail longer than the body of the candle with no wick, right? Does that make sense? A sell candle is the exact opposite, right? A sell candle is the exact opposite. A sell candle is a wick at the top like you had on this candle here with no tail at the bottom. That's a sell candle. Okay, so we had a sell earlier in the group and we did well on it. The sell would have been right here. I'm going to draw a line right there. The sell would have been at 33,674 and it made a low of what? So you would have made over 150 points, and we did, and I'll show you that signal here in a second from the group. But now you have a buy signal, right? You have a buy signal on that, so you take a buy. All right? It's really, really simple. It's really simple. The pattern is simple. Everything's simple. It's not rocket science, right? Okay, so now we're gonna go to the terminal because I'm not afraid of showing a live terminal because I'm not a pussy like these other traders are. I'm not a pussy. I'll show you, this is a small account that I trade. I'm not afraid to show you a live terminal. There are trades I'm in right now, and I'm up 35 points on the US 30. If I get up to 40, if I get up around 40 or 50 points, then I'm going to set my stops at break even. Right? And I'm there now. I'm there now. We'll see what happens. I'm going to give it a little bit more time, but I'm right at that edge where I would place my stops at break even on that. But I'm going to hold off on it just for a second. But as you can see, there's a terminal right there. Right? There's a terminal right there. I'm not afraid to show live trades in a live terminal because I'm not a pussy. All these other YouTube streamers that hide behind TradingView and never show you the trades they're in, it's because they're pussies. Okay? Don't trust them. They're pussies. Gold? You want to go do gold? So anyway, I'm not afraid to show you a live terminal. Not afraid to show you that at all because I'm not a pussy. Does that make sense to everybody? Am I just saying something that I shouldn't be saying? I don't know. I'm not a pussy. I'm not afraid to show that stuff. Okay? Not a pussy. Gold, obviously, we had a huge spike up right at the opening of the market. Oops. Oh, shoot. I just closed something. Did I just close something? Huh. I'm trying to get rid of these lines here. And it's doing this, so that's not cool. So we'll just go up to this one. Can we go up to this one? Get rid of this one. Okay, so we spiked to that huge level yesterday when the markets opened, and now we've been doing nothing but kind of going down. So it looks like we quite possibly could be filling the gap, right? Right here, right around 1890, which is fine. What do I have in here right now? I have a sell on the US. I have a sell on it right now, as you can see it here at 1912. At 1912, I have a sell, but then I also have a couple buys, right? So you can see, if you can see my terminal, I have a sell. Excuse me. At 1912, right there. I'll make a little circle on that. All right. That's all right, dude. That's all right. We don't care. We don't care if there's two people in here because I hate YouTube. I'm not about YouTube. I could give two flying fucks about YouTube. I don't really care. I make money trading, so I don't really give a damn if there's people. I like doing this because it's fun, and I'm bored as hell right now. So I'll be on here and I'll do this, but I don't really give a damn if anyone's here. I don't fucking care. Okay, so now look at the one I just circled at that gold sell I circled that I have at 1912. I'm going to move my stops, obviously. Now I want my stops in profit, right? So I'm going to move my stops to around 1909. So no matter what, I'm going to make money on that trade, right? So now my stops that were at 1922 to begin with are at 1909 now. Now my stops are in profit. The other thing about it is I'm not a pussy because I don't take my 10 pips and run like a little scared schoolgirl, right? I don't take my 10 pips and run like a little scared schoolgirl like all these other people do. So gold could definitely go down, but if gold goes down, I will be looking to buy more gold. Overall, I'm bullish on gold. overall. But that doesn't mean we can't sell, right? That doesn't mean we can't sell when we get sell signals. Right? Does that make sense to everybody? We are way too sexy for this. Okay, because overall, if you look at gold, and we do this every time I stream, even though I hate YouTube, overall gold is an uptrend on the 4 hour. You can see I'm going to draw these lines, and maybe it's over here. I don't know. Gold is an uptrend on the 4 hour chart. It's higher than it was then, getting closer, but it's an uptrend on the 4 hour chart. Nothing's changed. The daily, uptrend, right? Daily is an uptrend. And I do it, like I said, do it a little bit different than everybody else. That's fine. If I do that and I go to there, it's an uptrend, right? Easy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Uptrend. Thank you. Very good. On the 4 hour, the daily, the weekly, it's getting closer, but it's still an uptrend, and the monthly is an uptrend. So if we're smart traders, which I believe we are, if all those time frames are aligned in the trend is up, what do we want to do? If all those charts are aligned in the same direction and they're up, what do we want to do? If they're all aligned in the same direction and it's an uptrend, what do we want to do? Do we want to sell or do we want to buy? Come on, guys. We're smart. We're smart traders. We want to buy. We want to look for dips to buy, right? Until that, and I tell people all the time, it's extremely rare that all of the higher time frames are in the same direction. That's extremely rare. So until that pattern changes, we want to buy dips. Okay, now the US 30. We're going to go back to the US 30 for a minute because the US 30 is going up, and we're up over 70 points on the US 30. It's like we're up 80 points. So where's my stop loss going to be now on the US 30? Probably at 33,830 because I want to make sure I make money, right? Oh, I'm going to go 33,810. So no matter what, I'm going to make money, right? And if it goes more in my favor, guess what? I'll move it up more, right? But I like making money. I like securing profits and then seeing what it can do, okay? So if it goes up more, I'll secure more, and I'll move my stop from plus 20 to maybe plus 40, plus 50. If it goes up further than that, I'll move it again. I'm not a pussy. I don't get out of trades with 10 pips. That's what pussies do. Go put your girl's panties on, because that's what pussies do. Scalping is for pussies. If you don't like that, you can go get the fuck out of here. I don't care. I really don't. I could give two flying fucks if you like me or not. If you don't like it, what I'm saying, go find somewhere else. Because scalping is for pussies. Real men don't scalp. Because it's for pussies. And do you know why scalping is for pussies? Because one little market manipulation, you're out of the trade. Oh. One little market manipulation, you're out of the trade if you scalp. Okay, and if you're trading a 5-minute chart, you're just trading market noise anyway. 5-minute chart is just market noise. It's just market noise. So we don't trade the 5-minute chart because we're not pussies. We do our analysis on the 4-hour, the daily, the monthly, and the weekly, and then we place our trades on the 1 hour, if that makes sense to everybody. If that makes sense to everybody, we place our trades on the 1 hour chart. We do our analysis based on the 4 hour, the weekly, the monthly, and then all of that. If we can align 3 of the 4 higher time frame charts in the same direction, then that's even better. But we want to be trading with the trend. We want to be trend traders. Doesn't mean that you can't counter trend trade. It just means that it's better. Trend trading is obviously better. You want to follow the trend if at all possible, right? So now this US 30 trade is absolutely effing killing it. It's up 100 points right now. So you probably do want to move it, right? Maybe move it up to 33,830. So you make a little bit more. And then the market is going to have to take me out of this trade. If it goes up higher, I'm going to move my stops again. But right now the market will have to get me out of this trade. I'm not getting out of this trade. I'm making good money on it, right? The market at this point will have to get me out of this trade. The gold trade that I'm in right now, we have the stop losses in profit on that. For the bigger trade, I'm still long-term bias long. So I will be looking to add to long positions, if that makes sense as well, right? Long term, I want to be buying gold, but short term, I sold it because of this pattern here. And that candle was a little bit dicey, right? Because it had a wick at the top longer than the body, but it did have a little bit of a tail. So that was a little bit dicey, but I ended up doing it anyway because I'm sexy as hell. Okay, so that one was a little bit dicey, but we'll see how it reacts around this area here. Maybe it comes down to 1893 and we get another opportunity to add to our buys. Because again, long term, I'm buy bias on gold. Okay, make sense to everybody? Does that make sense? And we can only take trades at the close of the 1 hour candle. That's how I do it. I only take trades at the close of the 1 hour candle. So if in order to take another trade, I would have to wait for 35 minutes and would have to give me the pattern that I'm looking for. Okay? It would have to give me the pattern I'm looking for. So I don't trade unless I have a 1 hour candle close. So if I don't have anything during that 1 hour, then I'm just going to wait till the next 1 hour. So it gives you a lot of time, right? It gives you a lot of time to do other things. You just come back, check your charts every hour, see if there's anything brewing, and then you take the trades based on that. But if there's nothing brewing, then you don't take a trade. You go do whatever the hell you want. It's really fun. Really fun when you can go do whatever the hell you want and you don't have to take a trade or worry about it till the next 1 hour candle close. Okay? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, sexy as hell, whatever you want to call it. But let's go look at this while we have a little bit of time. We're going to pull up Telegram because the signals this week for the group have absolutely fucking killed it. I'm sorry, I swear a lot when I'm on my stream. I don't know why. But the signals this week have absolutely fucking killed it. If you're not a member of the signal group, then you're an idiot, and you should be. Oh, you guys are going to see my phone number here. Oh my gosh. Don't call me, okay? Don't call me. You can call me anytime you want. I won't answer. I never answer my phone. I never answer my phone. I haven't checked a voicemail. People leave me voicemails, and I haven't probably checked a voicemail in 2 years. So I don't know why people send me voicemails. I don't check them, ever. If I don't know your phone number, I just don't answer. Okay, so let's look at the signals. The group is kind of chatting right now. I don't do a lot of chatting. This is just supposed to be a signal group, and this just started last week. But let's look at all of these. This one right here, a little while ago, that one absolutely went into profit. And you should have been able to take profit, or at least break even on that one. That one was pretty sweet. That was just a couple hours ago. That was a signal. Let's see. Sell US 30 at 33,360 or 660, and that one worked out. Stop to break even, up 50 pips. That one worked. That's 2 this week so far, and then the 3 I think earlier. All of them played out as well because we're sexy as hell. Like I said, Okay, there's the three to start the week last night, and all of those went into profit, enough to at least make profit or stops at break even. We're sexy as hell, like I said. I'll just tell them I'm live on YouTube right now. Let's do that real quick. Let me just jump on here. Okay, we're sexy. That's how we roll around here, right? That's how we roll. That's just the way we do it. Oops. Does anybody have any questions at this moment? I decided to start my Signal group up again. Yes, I know it's awful. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I decided to start it up again. It's awful. I probably shouldn't have done it, but I had a bunch of people that wanted it really badly, really badly. So I gave it to them because I like giving people what they want. I like giving people what they want sometimes. And we're not pussies like the other streams. We're not pussies like the other streams. We give people what they want. We take live trades in here. We show a live terminal because we're not pussies. Right? Only pussies hide behind TradingView. Only pussies hide behind TradingView. Well, FX Magic, you can look for it on any time frame. It works on any time frame. I trade it based off the 1 hour time frame, but this pattern will work on any time frame, any pair, any Bitcoin, any of them. It will work on any of them. And again, the pattern is, if you're buying, is a tail longer than the body with no wick at the top. It will work on every time frame. But I trade on the 1 hour, and it's if you want to buy, it's a tail longer than the body of the candle at the close of the 1 hour with no wick at the top. Does that make sense to everybody? No wick or very little wick. Okay? And that's what this candle had that we just took that trade on. Okay, if it's a sell, it's the opposite, right? If it's a sell, it's a wick at the top longer than the body with no tail at the bottom, like this one right there. Does that make sense to everybody? It's the simplest damn trading you can ever find in your life. See what the trend is. See what the trend is and look for that pattern. You can trade it on a 15-minute chart. You can trade it on a 5-minute chart. Whatever the hell you want. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever gets you up in the morning and gets you hard. Right? It does not matter. But if you back test it, because I don't want you to believe me just because I say it, if you back test it, you will see that it's 80 to 85% accurate over the long haul. We could go to, this is the US 30. We could go to the US 30 and do a 15-minute chart. It's going to be the same. You can go to a 15-minute chart and you can look every single time you have that pattern, whether it's a buy pattern or a sell pattern. Every time you have that pattern, 85% of the time you're going to make money. And I'm just circling some right here on the 15-minute chart. Oh. But again, don't take my word for it. Go back test it. I'm just some schmuck on the internet. Go back test it. Go back test it. And you're not going to win every time, right? Losses happen, folks. Losses happen. Anyone who tells you that they don't lose on a trade, run away from them. Okay, so Manny, on a 15-minute chart, your expectations have to be a little bit different, right? But on a 15-minute chart, your expectations have to be a little different. But let's do this real quick. So you have example 1, example 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 10 examples of it right here. Okay, we'll go over some of these right now. Do you see one on there? And we'll talk about exiting the trade too. Okay, so on this one, on the first one, number 1, you would have entered right here at the close of the 15-minute candle at 33,608. And it would have made a low of 33, 34.90. So on the 15-minute chart, I would say probably I always on the 1 hour, I set my stops to break even. On the US 30, my stops are always at break even on a 1 hour chart at 40 to 50 points, right? My stops always go to break even at 40 to 50 points. It's break even, and then I move it up. On a 15-minute chart, your expectations aren't going to be as high, right? Especially if you're trading counter trend. So expectations on a 15-minute chart, maybe it's 20 to 30 points you set your stop at break even, right? Because you're trading a smaller time frame chart. If you're trading, does that make sense to everybody? So we're going to do these on a basis of, does it at least get you 20 points? Does that make sense to everybody though? On a 15-minute chart, your expectations have to be different. You can't expect a big move, right? Especially if you're counter trend trading, right? So did we get enough on number 1? Yes, we made enough, 20 or 30 at least, to set your stops at break even. That's a win to me. And it was a win. You should have made money on number, oh shoot, I just got rid of them all. We'll just do it again. Number 1 is a win, right? You make enough money on number 1. And we don't even have to do this, and we won't do it, but I guarantee you if you do that on a 15-minute chart, you do it on any chart, you will be right 85% of the time. But your expectations have to be different. At 20 to 30 points, if you want to just take it out, that's cool. If you want to set your stops at break even, that's cool. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't give a damn what you do. You're trading, right? But if you place your trade and then you exit the trade, I don't exit a trade. Like for instance, on this US 30, my stop is at 33,810. I got in at 30, so I'm going to make 40 points on this no matter what, and I might change it to plus 60 now. Let's move this to 33,850, right? So no matter what, I'm going to make a decent amount of money, and if it keeps going up, I move my stop again, right? So exiting the trade is just really moving your stops, trailing stops, stuff like that. I really don't care how you do it. It's really easy. Okay? And we're going to stay here for another 25 minutes to see if we get any other currencies that is going to give us another setup, and we'll take the trade right here if it gives us another setup. So we'll stay for 25 more minutes. And if we get another setup, we'll take the trade live. Because again, we are not pussies. We're not scared to show a live terminal like all these other YouTube streamers that hide behind TradingView. They're pussies. Okay, let's go back to gold and look at gold. Gold is coming down a little bit, but again, I still want to be a buyer of gold. I really do want to be a buyer of gold. Okay? I really want to be a buyer. So I'm looking for opportunities to buy long term, but it doesn't mean again that I can't short it in the short term, right? It doesn't mean I can't short it in the short term. So I have a short on gold from 1913, and it's in really good profit right now, and the stops are in profit. I have a couple of longer term buys, and I will look to add to my buys if it goes lower. I'm a swing trader. I'm not a scalper. So take that for what it's worth. I would rather get kicked in the balls than scalp. You'll never see any indicators on my chart because I don't need them. You don't need indicators. Indicators are just garbage. All of them. Lagging indicators. MACD, stochastics, EMAs, MACD, Fibonacci, whatever EMAs, they're all garbage. Because by the time most of the indicators tell you to do something, the move has already happened. Okay? The move has already happened by the time indicators tell you to do something. I was taught by one of the most amazing traders I've ever seen in my life. He's a really good friend of mine. He's a high school buddy of mine. And he learned from the bank traders. He actually did sit down with the bank traders and learn how to trade. And the things that I got from him is the thing that I really took from him is they leave signs in the market. Because a lot of people will say, don't try to trade with the big traders or the big boys. Just get your little 10 pips and then just move on. Don't try and get involved. And I always say, why not get in the car with them and learn how to trade with them, the big boys? They leave signs in the market is what I'm trying to say. And you have to, as a trader, your job is to learn how to read the signs they leave in the market. And the signs they leave in the market are based off of those candlesticks. that we talk about, these wicks and these tails. So once you learn how to do that, learn what it is that the markets are trying to tell you. What are they trying to tell you? You can trade alongside the big boys. And that's nice when you can trade alongside the big boys. Really, really nice when you can trade alongside the big boys. These are the people that move the markets. These are the people that when they place a position, their position moves the market. I want to trade alongside of them. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want to be able to trade alongside them. And again, they leave signs. Learn how to read the signs that they're giving you. And the signs that they're giving you are in the candles, right? And we'll go over that here in a second. I'm just going to do one thing here real quick. Okay, so what are the signs they leave? What are the signs that the big boys leave? And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this pattern again. What does this symbolize? This pattern that we just saw form on the US 30. What does this pattern symbolize when it has a tail longer than the body of the candle? What does this candle signify when you have a tail longer than the body of the candle? What does it signify? If you're saying, I want to learn what the big boys are doing, or I want to learn to read the signs that the big boys are sending. What sign is that leaving you? Manny, it's showing you that sellers tried to push down, but they were rejected. Yes, FX Magic, yes. It tells you that sellers tried to push, right? But they were rejected. And buyers came into the market. Okay, this is a sign. You can call it an order block. You can call it whatever the hell you want. You can call it support and resistance. You can call it whatever the hell you want. Order block, supply and demand. It's basically, it's the same for support and resistance. It's just fancy words. Order block, supply and demand are just fancy words for basic support and resistance. It's showing you that buyers are pushing. They pushed sellers out of the market and buyers came in and pushed them out. So yes, the answer to that FX Magic is as soon as that candle opens that one closes, I get in the trade. Correct. Okay, now you say, okay, now I'm in the trade. What do I do? Where are my areas I'm looking for? Where is your next level of resistance? Where's your next level of resistance on the US 30 right now? 34,089, probably up in that range right there, right? Now, well, there might be one right here actually where we're at. This is another one right here. So we want to see how this reacts around here, right? Does that mean that, let me just say this. When you're trading, all we're doing is we're trading probabilities, right? We don't know for certain what the market's going to do. We're trading probabilities. So the highest probability, if we're going to get a bounce back down on the US 30, it will probably come in this range because this is a resistance level from February 23rd. I'm going to circle it right where we're at right now. Right where we're at right now is a resistance level from February 23rd. So chances are, if it's going to break down, it will break down from a major resistance level. If it doesn't break down from this resistance level, then possibly it goes up to 34,091 and it breaks and it goes down from there. If it breaks up and continues to go up, then your next resistance level, you have a lot of clean area to buy up in this area. Your next one, you guys can't see it, but I'll tell you what the next one is. Your next one is right there at 34,428. So after 34,091, if you can get past that level, you have a lot of wiggle room up to the next resistance level. And again, it doesn't mean that currencies bounce off of major resistance levels. It's just that the highest probability is that they will, right? And it looks like I'm about to get stopped out of this one, but I'm going to make money on it no matter what, right? I'm going to make money no matter what on this trade. I really don't give a damn what this trade does at this point. I really don't give a damn what the US 30 does at this point because I'm going to make money no matter what. And that's fun. It's always fun to make money no matter what it does. And if I get stopped out, that's okay. I made 50, what is it going to be, 50, 60 bucks on a $2,000 account. That's not bad. And I'll get more opportunities. So if it takes me out, that's fine. If it doesn't, that's fine too, right? I'm comfortable with the amount of money I make on this trade no matter what happens. I'm comfortable with the amount of money I make. So when you talk about what's your exit strategy, my exit strategy is, am I comfortable with the amount of money I'm going to make? Yeah. So if it ends up going and taking me out, that's fine. No problem. Move on to the next one. Gold is continuing to drop. So we're up really good on that one. We are going to get an opportunity to buy gold. I don't know when it's going to be, but we will get an opportunity to buy gold. But yes, A-Rod, the live terminal is up because we're not pussies. We're not pussies. We have a live terminal up because we're not pussies. We don't hide behind TradingView. Any streamer that hides behind TradingView is a pussy. And you can tell them I said that. Tell them that Clayton, Iron Man said you're a pussy. If you can't show your live trades in a live terminal when you're streaming, you're a pussy. And if you have paid services and you're doing that, no one should do that. No one should pay attention to you. No one should pay attention to you. Manny, were you not? I gave you this pattern that I trade, man. Like I said, I gave you the pattern I traded. I've given it to you many times. You don't need anything else other than that. If you're looking for a buy, it's a candle with a wick, with a tail longer than the body of the candle, right? If it's a sell, it's a wick at the top longer than the body. I've given you the signal. There's no other thing. Take it on the 1 hour chart. Sometimes people think it can't be that simple. Trading is simple. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be. It's really, really simple. So don't make it more complicated than it has to be. But Manny, what I'm saying to you is not for the way I trade. There's nothing else. So you're making it more. You're in that philosophy of it has to be more complicated than that. No, it doesn't. It's a tail or a wick longer than the body to buy or sell, and that's it. You look at the trend, and hopefully you'll trade with the trend. But that's it. For the way I trade, that's it. I don't need fundamentals. You pay attention to, right? Because there's a war going on right now, and that's important to pay attention to. But the charts are all you need. The candlesticks are all you need. I've been doing this for 18 years. 18 years I've been doing this. I don't have indicators on my chart because indicators are worthless garbage. Every indicator you think, oh, MACD, EMA, all that stuff, garbage. You don't need it. Everything you need to know is in the charts. Everything you need to know is in the candlesticks. You need to learn how to read what the candlesticks are telling you. Right? Okay, so here's the other thing too that we talk about a lot. If I'm in a US 30, if I'm in a US 30 buy and I'm up, like I'm up 80 points on the US 30 right now, and then this 1 hour candle closes with the sell signal, maybe it'll close with a sell signal, right? Do I get out of the trade? Do I get out of my buy trade to get into a sell trade? Do I get out of a winning trade for a potentially winning trade? Do I get out of a winning trade for a potentially winning trade? The answer is no. So, if this gives me a sell signal, would I take the trade? I probably will with a smaller lot, but I'm in a buy trade and I usually wouldn't, but it might take me out here. I would not get out. No, I would not get out of a winning trade for a potentially winning trade. I will place my stops into profit more, but I do not get out of a winning trade for a potentially winning trade, if that makes sense. So it just got me out. Okay, so now I'm not in anything on the US 30. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait 13 more minutes and see if it gives me the sell signal. If it gives me the sell signal, I am selling it. Okay, so I made money on that, but I would not get out of the trade if I was in the trade and making money. Okay? So I just made money on that one. No matter what happened to it, I made money. We'll sit here for 13 more minutes. We'll see if this gives us the sell signal. And if it does, we'll sell it. Piece of cake. Manny, you should do whatever your heart contents. That's not up for me to decide. No, you shouldn't if that's the case. But you should do whatever your heart desires. I can't make that decision for you. That's up to you. That's your decision to make. I don't even know if you can trade it with that kind of equity, though. I'm not sure. Maybe you can, actually. It just depends on what broker you have. Henko trade, you'd be able to. It just depends on what broker you have, I guess. Okay, so there are some opportunities that are coming up here. Obviously on the US 30, there's an opportunity that might be coming up on oil to buy oil again. You can see the oil 1 hour candle. You can see, oh, I gotta do this. There we go. You can see the oil 1 hour candle might be forming that pattern that we talk about. Okay, that wick might be longer than the body of the candle on oil. If that closes like that in a few minutes, you have that opportunity that might be there. You have the US 31 that we just talked about might be a sell, right? That candle is looking like a sell candle on the US 30, but we got to wait till the close of the 1 hour. Well, A-Rod said there's a lot of traders on YouTube are dumb. Let's just be honest. Oh, Clay, why are you being mean to people again? Well, one, because I can. Most people that stream on YouTube are morons. Okay, I'm just telling you that. They're morons. They don't know how to trade, and they're on YouTube because they want to try to attract an audience. They want to try to attract an audience to go pay for their signals or pay for their classes when they don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about. They don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about. None of these people should be having courses, because all of them have courses, right? Oh, come buy my course. Come buy this. You suck at trading. Why would I buy your course when you fucking suck? You can't show a live terminal. You can't show that you're successful. But you want me to buy your course. You want me to buy your course, but you can't show me a history of live success in your own account trading this course that is supposed to be, the bee's knees, right? An old saying for us old people. You suck at it. You can't even make your own system work, and you want me to buy your system? You want me to buy your signals? You want me to buy your shit? If they can't show you a live history of live success, get the hell away from them. They suck. I know I'm an asshole. I don't care. If you think I'm an asshole, go put your girl's panties back on. I don't care. I don't have time to be politically correct. I make money. I make money trading. So, anyway, I make money trading. I have nothing to prove. Like you're saying, I have nothing to prove to anybody. I make money every day. I get to do whatever the hell I want, whenever the hell I want. I have nothing to prove to people. But it's fun to come on here and goof off, right? It is definitely fun to come on here and goof off. There's 1893 on gold. So let's look at gold real quick. Gold is tanking. So that's good. But we don't have a signal to buy more. So we'll just hold on to those sells. Gold is definitely tanking. But I still am going to be looking for opportunities on gold to buy. But right now, my sell on gold is working out really, really nicely. And I really want this US 30 sell. I want this US 30 sell. I want it like I want sex all the time. I want it like I like to pound my wife all the time. Just saying. Hopefully she's not listening. I don't think she is. But I want this US 30 sell. I want it. I want it badly. I want it. Man, I want it. I'm willing to do whatever for it. So we'll see. We got 8 minutes left. Sometimes I cheat a little bit. Sometimes I cheat a little bit on it and take it a little bit early, but I'm going to wait at least another 4 or 5 minutes. You know what? I'm alone today, A-Rod. You never know. You could never say never, bud. Never say never. I'm alone at the house today. You know, I have the house to myself for the next 6 hours. Never say never, man. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, brother. Anything. It could be a total debauchery in this house for the next 6 hours with me being by myself. You never fucking know. Who knows? I mean, who the hell knows what'll go on around here? What happens at the house when no one's around? Nobody's business but mine, man. Nobody's business but mine. They say that's actually, A-Rod, they say that's actually good for you. I don't know if that's the case or not because I don't do it, but they say that masturbating is actually good for your health. It's good for your mental health. No, actually, it's not too late to adopt some hot Ukrainian bikini girls. It's not too late, but it could be in the next couple of days. So if you would order me some hot Ukrainian bikini girls before it's too late, because it's not too late right now. So just order me 2 or 3 hot Ukrainian bikini girls. That would be all right. It's not too late, but knowing what's going on there right now, it could be. So anyways, if you just do that, that'd be great. Yeah. There's actually this one on I'll show you guys this. There's this one on Instagram, and I'll show you guys this right now. There's one on Instagram that I would definitely adopt. I'll show you this real quick while we're waiting around. Let's see here. There's definitely one on Instagram that I would adopt. No questions asked. And oh crap, what's her name again? I'll find it. Give me a second. There's one on Instagram that I would absolutely adopt, and she's Ukrainian. If she needs any help, right here, this is her. If she needs any help with anything, just let me know. Yeah, if she wants to be adopted, I will adopt her right now and pay her $2,000 or $3,000 a month to live in the United States. If she wants to be adopted, because she's from Ukraine, totally down with it. I'll adopt her right now. I'll adopt her right now. I'll adopt her. I volunteer. I'm willing to make the sacrifice. I will adopt you if there's any problems at all. I will adopt you. So, anyway, I'm sure she probably doesn't need to be adopted, but I don't really care about my heart being broken, man. I don't really care about that. Okay, so the only one, the US 30 looks like it's going up again. So the only one that it looks like might have the pattern is oil. Oil with 5 minutes left in the candle has that tail at the bottom longer than the body of the candle, right? So oil, if it closes like this, would be a buy. Does everybody see that? Does everybody see that? In 6 minutes, oil would be 4 minutes, oil would be a buy. Did everybody see that? But we are going to wait because maybe in the last 5 minutes it drops. I don't know. The hell if I know. So if you get into this trade on oil, your stop losses have to at least be below the tail. So let's do that, because some people are like, well, how do you do this? So if you get in right here, your stop loss has to be below the tail, right? And the tail is at what? 93.74 or so, a little bit lower. And you don't want your stop loss right at the tail. You want it 20 to 30 below that. So if you're going to get into that trade, you get in here and your stop loss has to be below the tail and it has to be about 20 to 30 points below the tail because you don't want to get stopped out, right? Because a lot of times it will come down to that tail and then it will just go up from there. Okay, so with that being said, unless this thing has a really, really stupid move in the next 3 minutes, this looks like it's going to be a buy. And guess what? We're doing it. Okay, for better or worse, we're doing it. We're going to place another order in there because I've already got a couple of orders in oil. So now you're seeing a live trade being taken because we're not pussies. There you go. Another trade taken right there on oil because we're not pussies. I'm going to go send it to this signal group. Now you guys are getting a free look at this. You can't get free looks at the signal group. Buy oil at 94.67. And we're going to do a stop at 93.30. Stops to break even once you're up 40 to 50 points. Okay, easy peasy. There you go. And if we lose, we lose, right? If we lose, we lose. I don't really care. If we lose, we lose. We know that this pattern is going to be right the majority of the time, right? I said 80 to 85% of the time this pattern is going to be right. If we lose, we lose. Losses are a part of the game, right? They put hair on your chest. Even though I don't like hair, like I've said many times. Losses are a part of the game. Losses are going to happen. Okay? You can't avoid losses. Yeah, I think it's maybe too late for that. Losses are a part of the game. They're going to happen. Okay? You can't avoid losses. Don't try to avoid losses because you can't. Losses are a part of the game, but I know I'm going to be right 80 to 85% of the time. I'm taking that trade. If you know you're going to be right 80 to 85% of the time, should there be any emotions in trading at all? We talk about this all the time. Should there be any emotions in trading at all if you know you're going to be right 80 to 85% of the time? Yes or no? Should there be any emotions in trading if you know you're going to be right 80 to 85% of the time? Should there be emotions in trading? No emotion, man. Only performance, man. I'm like a fucking robot. Okay? The day I became successful at trading is the day that I had the same emotions whether I won or lost on a trade. I don't really care what this trade does. Because I know that the percentages tell me that, you know, 8 out of 10 times I'm gonna win. All right? Anything else, you fuckers? Before we go? Anything else? Besides going and making fun of that stupid gold chat room? A-Rod, I expect you to be in there. Let's go see what those morons are doing in there. Let's go see what those morons are doing in the Forex Aaliyah chat room. Ooh, I wonder what she's doing. Let's go see what the morons in the Forex Aaliyah chat room are doing. Real quick. The morons in there. I'll say, how are you morons doing today? If you're not in there, you should go in there. We have fun in there. There we go. How are you morons doing today? Okay. All right. So I'll be in that Forex Aaliyah chat room, brushing it up with them because they're idiots. All right, everybody, have a great day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which means you can basically do whatever the hell you want. I'm out. We'll see how those trades work out, but I'm out of here because I don't want to do this anymore today. All right, so everyone have a